misunderstood, on the ride on our rivals. They can't stop us now, but go ahead and try though. All they gonna feel is the pain inside. It's your boy Gangster F Gucci back with another one, baby. So this video obviously is about LA hoods that came to San Jose but never claimed a hood. You know what I'm saying? Not even that's not what they attempted to do. A lot of these dudes that came from LA moved up here because, you know, they wanted to change their life, because they wanted to come and test the waters, because some of their family members lived out here. You know, just they were kind of, some of them were just forced because, you know, they had nowhere else to go down south. And some of these dudes were on the run from down south. Some of these dudes weren't wanted down south. And that's where I'm going to get at you today with this whole thing. But before I kick this off, I just want to give you my opinion on these gang injunctions, because I'm going to talk about gang injunctions on another video. Now, gang injunctions, to me, they don't work, you know what I'm saying, and are only used for political gain, to, you know, to scare the public, to, you know, get more money to fight gangs, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot, right? But to me, instead of containing these gangs, maybe putting more opportunity in these neighborhoods, resources for some of these people to get jobs and do other things that are going to be more positive and make them more productive in society, they decide to do these gang injunctions that only force gang members to move in other areas, more areas, and to spread out and to start chapters in other areas. So it's inefficient. It's probably the most stupidest thing that I've ever even heard of when it comes to gang injunctions. But like I said, it's to scare the public and to make it look like somebody's doing something about nothing. You know what I'm saying? When there's a lot of other ways to fight gang activity, to fight gangs and whatnot. And one of them would be to give resources to these areas that lack them, you know? Now, let me jump into this whole Florencia primero, right? To let you vatos know about a little bit of history about Florencia if you don't know, because I know we're from up north, and, you know what I'm saying, some of us up here, we don't really give a fuck about what's going down, you know, down there, and we don't really even be tripping off of none of that shit, right? But let me break you off real fast with a little bit of info right now. Florencia 13 is an old-ass gang. It started in the 1950s, money. Their stronghold is in the Firestone district, you know what I'm saying? And their membership is between 2,500 to 3,000 members. Now, they have one of the largest turfs in Los Angeles, in the city, not the county, but the most largest turf in the city of Los Angeles, along with the most membership in Los Angeles, not the county. I think 18th Street holds that title. Now, this fucking gang, you know what I'm saying, because of injunctions that had happened to them, they have spread out, you know what I mean, to Watts, South Watts, to Huntington Park, and to other areas in Los Angeles. Now, this gang right here, money, is in 10 different states, 20 different cities, 4 different countries. You know what I'm saying? This gang has also dealt with indictments when they did the Operation Joker's Wild against Florencia 13 Joker's gang. And they've dealt with the RICO cases. You know what I'm saying? They've been in several RICO cases with, you know, those people inside and on the streets for the gang shit, the street shit, right? And these vatos, like, their enemies was East Coast Crips. I think they finally came to some kind of agreement, a non-aggression pact or whatever, where they're actually not whacking each other out no more. But this Vadio also has beef with 18th Street. You know what I'm saying? And this Vadio has also had members who've killed cops, off-duty cops, and shot at cops that were on duty. You know what I'm saying? So this is a real notorious-ass neighborhood. And I'm telling you this so that you can understand what kind of a neighborhood this is. Now, this neighborhood also, like I said, when they got hit with the injunction, hundreds of members, because this is a Vadio that has thousands of members, but hundreds of members were pushed out of this area by force, and then eventually went to other areas and started the Vadio up. And that's why I say that injunctions are fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? All it does is push these gangs into more areas. You know what I'm saying? Make them bigger and stronger. So I don't see how these politicians act or think that they're doing something when they ain't doing shit. Now let me hit you with this whole 18th Street. Now 18th Street is comprised of 20-something gangs, money, located throughout Los Angeles County. You know, their stronghold and oldest cliques is in Pico Union, Grandview area, and the Hoover cliques. You know what I'm saying? Now 18th Street started from Westside Clanton and 14th Street, who wanted to have a little branch off of 18th Street. Now, Clanton Westside is the original gang, but what happened was they built the freeway in the 1950s, because this gang is from the 1920s or 30s. It's one of the oldest cliques in fucking Southern California as far as 14th Street, you know what I'm saying, Clanton. And when they did that freeway, they made an east side and a west side Clanton because of the freeway that was put in the middle of their neighborhood, running through their hood. And like I said, they wanted to start up this 18th Street gang. Now, 18th Street gang, what happened was the vato that was running that barrio wasn't Mexican American, and they wanted to become Clanton 18, which would have made Clanton 10 times bigger today. You know what I'm saying? But the membership from Canton didn't want that because the shot caller from 18th Street wasn't Mexican American. And this is one of the things that, the reason why 18th Street has grown rapidly and has become one of the most largest gangs, in the country, in this country, and largest gangs on this planet, is because they decided to, move around way different than the rest of these barrios were doing, and a lot of people have copycat what they've done to, to grow like they've grown, and like I said, it was only one act of defiance that started this fucking super gang, you know what I'm saying? This international gang, 18th Street, you know what I'm saying? This almost untouchable type of shit, right? And all this, like I said, at one point, Canton 14 got squeezed out of the whole Pico Union area. You know what I'm saying? And today 18th Street dominates that area. I mean, there's other vatos and other gangs that are there, but they're not big like 18. 18th Street is one of the most largest fucking gangs. Now 18th Street has over 8,000 members in LA County alone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe more, maybe 10,000. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, if you put these two gangs together, 18th Street and Florencia, they have more membership than we have Norteños in Northern California between these two gangs. Now, 18th Street, you got to remember that 18th Street, they've been going at it with the Bloods, with the P-Stones, the Jungles, a notorious-ass blood neighborhood for a long time, and other Bloods have actually jumped in the mix to back these vatos up because 18th Street, and they all start because someone from the P-Stones killed somebody from 18th Street over an argument that happened over there in the Jungles, you know what I'm saying? Because, 18th Street's been around that area too for a long-ass time. Now, they've been going at it, like I said, with everybody. I mean, 18th Street also got a record for whacking out cops. You know what I'm saying? And these vatos ain't no fucking joke either. They ain't no fucking, they don't fuck around. They don't play. They got a lot of resources. They got money. They got manpower. They got all that shit, homie. And they know how to move around. Now, they've also, survived several indictments, several injunctions. And that's why they're all over LA, because they've been hitting them with so many different injunctions that they just been moving everywhere, busloads, you know what I'm saying, taking over areas. They got like so many different chapters, all these different fucking videos that have to do with 18th Street. Rather, they're all on communication, they're all on the same level, but they're all under one umbrella at the end of the day. It's all 18th Street, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's in, like I said, in Salvador, Honduras, Mexico, United States, Canada, they're fucking everywhere. You know what I'm saying? These 18 streeters. And same thing with Florencia. Florencia's in a bunch of different states and a bunch of different countries. You know what I'm saying? So that's my point. My point of me telling you all this, I want to give you the rundown on how strong these hoods fucking are. And how much more stronger they are than Canton. Canton came to San Jose and they were more, they actually came here and they had the people that really wanted to get this shit popping. And the way Canton did it as far as surviving here is they moved into a barrio that was already Sureños. They moved in the middle of where SSP and William Street was at. And then they actually started recruiting manpower. And that's how they actually started here in San Jose. Whereas a gang like Florencia and 18th Street, they never did that. There was vatos here from 18th Street, cousins, primos that moved up here because their family came up here because they wanted to parole and get away from the shit, because they their barrio kicked them out because they weren't allowed down there, they were wanted down there, they were on the run from down there, whatever it is. These vatos came up north and they ended up in San Jose. Some ended up living in some of these areas where there was already a bunch of norteños, so they didn't really last long in there, but they never started up their barrio. You know what I'm saying? There was never I never seen no Florencia real big, 13 on no walls anywhere in Soho. I've never seen no 18th Street up on the walls. I mean, I probably seen it like at the club, on the back room, and shit like that, because 18th Street, they even stuck a homeboy from 12th Street at one of these clubs. We got into beef with 18th Street at least 2 different times in 2 different occasions. We've got into it with Florencia. We've got into it with Playboys. We've got into it with Tortilla Flats from Compton. We've got into it with Logan Heights. We got into it with vatos from San Jacinto, from San Bernardino, believe me, they've always had, you know what I'm saying, a presence here in Soho. A lot of vatos from down south have come here and try to move up here and all that shit. But as far as these vatos like Florencia being off of Florence and Nancy Lane area, fuck no. There was a vato from Pokoway who lived over there in by Nancy Lane and Florence right there. And he had some little youngsters that were, I think, from Florencia that used to go to his house and bullshit with them and shit like that. And they got caught over there and all that shit. But they moved. They had to move. They had no choice. Nancy Lane has always been known for norteños. And not for like a certain gang, but there's always been like a bunch of different norteños from all different barrios living in that whole fucking area. On top of you having BTN, because BTN been there since 99, 2000. And then on top of having BES that's been there since fucking 90. You know what I'm saying? And then you got fucking BMLs, you got VNG, there's so many gangs around there that you got Cal Park around the corner. There's so many videos right there that these vatos wouldn't have lasted right there. Unless, like I said, if they would have came hella deep. But 2 or 3 of them doesn't make it a gang. And if you ain't jumped nobody in from that area and you ain't writing on the walls, then that was never your hood. So this hood's never been here and never aggressively tried to come and take over shit or to claim a certain area. That just never happened. And it could be easily done. If Florencia wanted to come tomorrow and move into Comar and make Comar join Florencia and then take over that whole fucking that strip that's already basically, wrapped up, with a bow tie and everything for them. You know what I'm saying? Where they could just go there and bam, it's a present, baby. You know what I'm saying? And they could easily do that. You know what I'm saying? 18th Street, money. 18th Street was never on Allen Rock and by the cemetery and Capitol. There was vatos that lived, like historically, a lot of these dudes from the South have lived in certain areas where they tried to move around, went to schools, and then, like I said, got into the business, learned how it really is up north and in San Jose, and didn't like it and either moved away, you know what I'm saying, or went to somewhere else. But there's never been like 18th Street gang that started up here in San Jose in a certain area that claimed that area and started recruiting manpower, because everybody knows in the gang world, in order for it to be your barrio, you got to start jumping in locals. You know what I'm saying? Once you do that, it's stamped, baby. You done plant your seeds. But if you just live there because you came from LA and you live in some fucking apartments and you wrote it right there on the wall on the back on the dumpster, that'll make it your hood. You know what I'm saying? So really, at the end of the day, neither one of these videos never came from LA and just didn't make it out here. It's just they never really pushed the line to be out here like that. You know what I'm saying? And they could have easily, very easily. If Comar could be there with fucking 10 heads still, come on, are you kidding me? If fucking William Street could be over there with 10 heads, Genie Avenue, if these vatos could be right there in Genie Avenue, there's nobody there. If the homeboys ain't fucking really moving in all these areas and taking over all this shit, there have been gang members from this gang that have lived here in San Jose, that have moved around, they got caught slipping, they caught food slipping, and at the end of the day, they moved. They moved away, or they stopped banging that video and start banging the video that's here already established. You know what I'm saying? So that's my fucking point of this whole video. And that was my point of me telling you how strong these fucking gangs are. If Canton can make it out here, you're going to tell me that gangs like 18th Street and Florencia wouldn't have made it out here? Come on. The facts are facts, money. And the proof is in the stats. You know what I'm saying? These gangs are fucking notorious. If they want to be here, they're in already another. Between both these gangs, they're in 120 different cities, 130 different cities. They're in fucking 15 different countries. You know what I'm saying? You're going to tell me that they can't come to Soho and establish themselves? Of course they can. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these LA gangs have taken over Bakersfield back in the days. Bakersfield's all Norteños at one point, and that shit got whole taken over. You're going to tell me that these dudes, if they want to, start coming, pushing, Crips, Bloods, everybody could come. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, there's a lot of Norteños, don't get me wrong. And until Norteños realize that, you know what I'm saying, this is all possible. This could really happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that can't happen. Don't think that it can't. You know what I'm saying? These gangs are way bigger than any gang in San Jose. Yeah, you have to put around 15 gangs together to have 2,500 heads. And even then, I don't think we would have 2,500 active motherfuckers moving around, even with 15, 20 of a gangs from San Jose. You know what I'm saying? So that just tells you how big these gangs are, over-exaggerating numbers, where it would really be hard to fight with these fools and to move them out if they really wanted to come up here. And that's my point. These fighters never came up here. And like I said, Clanton, they were smart. The vatos who came up here, they were smart about how they did it, how they went about it, and it was perfect timing. Like I said, American Me helped a lot. Us fucking attacking Paisas for no reason. All these were factors and the reason why these gangs had grown. And like I said, Clanton just came and basically fell in line with what was going on already. You know what I'm saying? And they were able to accumulate their manpower, stay here in Soho, move around a little bit, and now they're here. You know what I'm saying? They've established themselves here. So it's way different. But Florencia and 18th Street never tried to establish themselves here. Like I said, we've had a lot of dudes from down south here in Soho moving around, and they found out that it ain't that simple. Like this other vato in one of my comments said, "Oh, come up here, it's all good." It's easy for someone to say that shit. You know what I'm saying? But if there's nobody around running around, they're not at the car shows. They're not at cruising with blue bandanas. Yeah, you could go cruising, you could go run around, but not with your blue bandana on your head. You know what I'm saying? And when there's so many motherfuckers moving around at night and, and all that kind of shit, no one's not paying attention to nothing unless they see a blue bandana or a big old X3 on someone's face or something. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, or you have a big old suit on your stomach and your shirt's off. I mean, outside of that, that's just going to happen to you. It's just, you know what I'm saying? That's not gangbanging, though. That's way different. You know what I mean? So, like I said, this is not to discredit the little homie, nor to discredit anybody else. But I'm just telling you, historical facts is that these two gangs, they never came here and claimed a piece of Soho. And if they really wanted to, they would still be here right now. You know what I'm saying? And they would be giving people the business, and they would be they would actually be real gangs from LA established here. And also keep in mind that there was LA gangs here before there was norteños here. You know what I'm saying? But when the whole separation happened and everybody had to pick, you know, where they were going to be from, and because this is Northern California, you know, this turned into a fucking norteño city. You know what I'm saying? But these people have been here from way before. You know what I'm saying? It's just, like I said, it's historical facts. And I'm just keeping it 100. I'm out.
Misunderstood, on the right on our rivals. They can't stop us now, but go ahead and try though. All they gonna feel is the pain inside.